Ikram stood in front of the old, wooden house, his trembling hands clutching a rusted key that no longer belonged to him. The house had been in his family for over 120 years. It wasn't just wood and bricks. It was history. His great-grandfather had built it with bare hands after migrating to America with nothing but hope. Every wall carried a story. Every scratch on the floor whispered a memory. And today, it was gone. Ikram wasn't always like this. He grew up hearing stories of sacrifice, how his ancestors worked double shifts, how they slept hungry just to protect the land they owned. His father would often say, "This house is not ours, son. We belong to it." But Ikram didn't understand back then. He wanted more. More money, more luxury, more status. So he left. He moved to the city, chasing success like everyone else. At first, things were good. A stable job, a decent apartment, new friends. But ambition slowly turned into greed. He started investing in risky ventures, borrowed money, ignored his father's calls, ignored the warnings. Just one big win, he would tell himself. Then I'll go back and fix everything. But life doesn't wait for one big win. One night, everything collapsed. The business failed. Debt piled up. Creditors called nonstop. His bank account drained to zero. And then came the final blow. A legal notice. The ancestral house had been used as collateral, and now it was being taken away. Ikram rushed back after years, but he was too late. A large sold sign stood in front of the house. Strangers were walking inside, laughing, planning renovations, discussing how they would modernize it. Modernize? Ikram felt something inside him break. That house had survived wars, storms, poverty, but it couldn't survive him. He walked around to the backyard, where an old tree still stood, the one his grandfather planted. Under it was a small wooden bench. Ikram sat there, his eyes filling with tears. He remembered being a child, his father teaching him how to write his name on the dirt, proudly saying, "This land will always carry your name." But now, even his name felt borrowed. A woman approached him gently. "Are you okay?" she asked. Ikram forced a weak smile. "I used to live here." She looked surprised. "Oh, we just bought this place. It was abandoned for years." Abandoned. That word hit harder than anything, because it was true. He didn't lose the house in a day. He abandoned it, slowly, choice by choice. As the sun set, Ikram placed the rusted key on the ground near the tree. It no longer opened doors, but it carried the weight of generations, and now it carried his regret. That night, Ikram slept on the sidewalk across the street, watching strangers turn on the fade lights of his past, listening to laughter echo in rooms that once his family's dreams. For the first time in his life, Ikram understood what his father meant. It wasn't about owning something, it was about honoring it.